All right, folks, the best time of the year is here. We have a huge weekend of college football up, and then only 6 days away from the Cowboys traveling to the Eagles to kick off the NFL season. And all of you know that I am not as big of a college football fan as I am an NFL fan, but I have not been as excited for a college football game as I am for this weekend. Number one Texas goes to number three Ohio State, and we finally get our first real look at Arch Manning. We've been talking about him for 2 years. He's projected to be the number one pick, and everyone's got these high hopes, but he's only thrown 80 passes, and really none of them meaningful. And this is a really tough spot for a person to really make their first real start, going into Columbus, into the Horseshoe, to play number three Ohio State. So I am really excited to watch that this weekend. A bunch of other college football games, but today I want to talk about my 5 favorite futures bets for this NFL season. So I looked through about 100 different futures bets this year, things that I was interested in, and I've got 5 that I really like here. So I'm going to go in descending order. So number 5, I have the Browns to have the worst record in the NFL this season, and I think this team is absolutely going to blow. Right now, at quarterback, they are starting a 40-year-old Joe Flacco, and if that doesn't work, they have 2 rookies that it seems that no one else really wanted. Their best wide receiver is Jerry Jeudy. On defense, they're really lacking a fair amount of talent. It seems outside of Myles Garrett, they really have no one on their team as elite. But all year, I've been saying that the Saints would have the worst record in the NFL, but what it really came down to was the schedule, and I want to take a look at the schedule here. So the Browns start off with the Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings, Steelers. Those are the first 6 games. They are very easily could be 0-6 or 1-5 after those first 6 games, and then people are going to start to quit on the team, and it could get really bad. And after that, they still have the Ravens, 49ers, and Bills. This could get ugly really fast. I think this is a team that is already looking forward to next year and that number one pick, and I think they're going to have a worse record than the Saints. I think the Browns are actually a better team than the Saints, but I think the Browns have a much more difficult schedule. Number 4, I have the Packers to win the NFC at plus 650. And I know that maybe there's a little bit of recency bias here, but I think the Micah Parsons trade is absolutely enormous. I think he is the best player in the NFL. I think he completely changes that defense for this team. He immediately makes them probably the top 2 or 3 defense in the NFC. And if you got him and you got Bush on the other side, Micah Parsons just makes everyone else on your team better. The secondary is better because they don't have to cover people as long. The opposite pass rusher is better, and the offense is better because the opposing defense is on the field a lot more. I think that trade is huge. I still am a little uncertain of what Jordan Love is going to look like. I'm really curious to see what Matthew Golden, the wide receiver from Notre Dame, is going to look like if he can give a punch to that wide receiver core. But I think they have an excellent run game with Josh Jacobs. They're going to play excellent defense, and I think the Packers are going to win the NFC. Number 3, I have an over-under here. I have the Colts under 7.5. And I was kind of surprised to see that their under and a half was so high. I thought it would have been a game lower at 6.5, but digging through these, this was the one that really intrigued me. First of all, they're starting Daniel Jones at quarterback. That is not a great sign. Daniel Jones, even at his peak, was not very good, and we're well past that. They're wide receivers. They don't have anything really explosive on the outside. They got a couple. They got Pierce. They got Pittman Jr., who are good, but no one really all that explosive who's just going to break the game open. No elite pass rushers, and we're not sure the coach is good. And, the one thing I am really curious about this team is Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State. I loved him in college, so I am really excited to watch him play. But outside of that, this team is just really void of anyone really special on there. They have a lot of good players. They don't have any great players. Number 2, the Bucs to win the NFC North. And right now, they're about minus 110 to win the North. But I think of all the divisions in the NFC, this one may be, except for the NFC East, this one might be the easiest one to pick. I think the Bucs are by far the best team in this division. I think they have the best quarterback, and it's not particularly close. I think they have the best wide receiving core. They got Bucky Irvin, who's probably the best or second best running back. And I think they have the best defense in the division. And this division is extremely soft. I think the Saints are going to be not very good. The Panthers are still trying to rebuild. We're not sure what's going on with Bryce Young, and I haven't seen enough out of Michael Penix Jr. to really know if he's good or not yet. So I think the Bucs are going to win the NFC South, and I don't think it's going to be particularly close. And then number 1, this might be surprising, but Mahomes to win the MVP. And right now he is plus 650. He has the 4th highest odds, and I think he has a lot of things going for him. Number 1, I think this is the best offensive line he's had in 3 years. If their rookie left tackle can perform like he has been, Josh Simmons, in camp and in preseason games, this will be the best offensive line he's had in 3 years. I don't think they've had a reliable left tackle now, really in Mahomes' entire career, maybe his rookie year, his second year with Eric Fisher. But other than that, his left tackle spot has been probably the weak spot on the team. Second, once Rashid Rice gets back from his 6-game suspension, I think this will be the best receiving core that he's had in several years since Tyreek left. Worthy was really surprising to me last year. I thought he was strictly a downfield deep threat. He was a lot more than that. And then Rashid Rice, I think when he is healthy and he is not suspended, he is a top 10 to 15 wide receiver in the NFL. So this could be the best wide receiver core that he's had in a long time. And finally, I don't think getting your ass kicked in the Super Bowl really hurts in this case. I think that a lot of people are down on the Chiefs right now. They think their run is kind of over. And I think they're really going to look to prove a lot of people wrong and show some stuff that they haven't in the past. So those are my top 5 favorite futures. I will be back Wednesday night for my Week 1 picks. Looking forward to that. And everyone enjoy watching football this weekend.